What's up, guys? Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. We are 4 games into the season for the Sixers. And everybody's wondering what is happening with Fultz. Did we pick the wrong guy, or is the injury really affecting him that much? Everybody's jumping off the Fultz ship, saying he's a bust, he wasn't worth it. Y'all need to start pumping the brakes, because there's nothing to worry about. The kid's injured. I think it's a lot more underlying than what we see. I think there's more to it. He doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look like the player at Washington. He can barely lift his arm above his shoulder, and you can see that, and you can understand why he's shooting his free throws the way he is, because he can't lift his arm that high. But this just confirmed he won't be playing tonight. He'll be out for the next 3 games. He's going to get that looked at. He has had cortisone shots with the shoulder. He's had fluid drained out of it. So I think that's all right. I don't think we really need Fultz to really win games, as it's shown before. Bring him along slowly. There's no reason to really give up on the kid. It's a month into his NBA career. And from what we've seen, he's been all right. He hasn't been spectacular, but a lot of stigma comes along with that #1 overall pick. You expect him to be an impact player. You expect him to be, he's not going to be dropping 20 points a game. It's just not going to happen. So give him time. There's no need. We got Ben Simmons. We got Joel Embiid. Take as much time as he needs to. We got that new medical staff with the Sixers. Bring him along slowly. I don't know why everybody's saying he's a bust. We should have took Tatum. Like, stop. It's ridiculous. We're 4 games into the season, guys. There's no need to jump ship on the Sixers, for one. I saw a lot of people saying we got to fire Brett Brown and these guys are a bunch of scrubs. It's going to take time. I think it's going to take at least maybe 15 to 20 games for this team to actually gel together. They're young. They need playing time together. We'll be fine. Everybody needs to relax, but just want to report that on Fultz will be out for the next 3 games, so he won't be playing in Houston tonight. Or we're playing Houston in Philly, but he won't be playing tonight, so that's fine. Get him back to where he needs to be. Get him to the player we drafted for the #1 overall pick, the player he was at Washington. And, we'll see if that helps his confidence, too, because this is affecting his confidence. He's not even attempting to take shots from the 3-point range, and maybe because he just doesn't have the strength to really get it up there. So I just feel like it was a little premature to give up on this kid. It's way too young. Give it time. Just give it time, guys. That's all we got to do. Just breathe. We'll be all right. Fultz out for the next 3 games. And you've seen the way Ben Simmons has been playing with Joel Embiid. I mean, God. I didn't get to see the Showtime Lakers, but I know a lot of analysts have said it's reminiscent of Magic and Kareem. I think it's a little far-fetched, but why can't they just be their own players? It's going to be Simmons and Embiid. Can't wait for the game tonight. I'll be doing a pregame show before it and hopefully after it as well. It's going to be crazy down at the center, so I'll catch you all guys down there. No Fultz, no reason to jump off the ship. The kid's going to be fine. He's going to be a very good player with time to come. Just get him healthy, though. No rush. How about Bayless? Bayless has been surprisingly playing pretty well. That's why I feel like there's no need to really rush him back and make him injured more than he has to, because if you do rush him, if you don't get the shoulder taken care of, it's going to hurt his development. It definitely will. Bayless has been, pretty good, actually. He's been hitting open shots, so I think he's flowed well. What's up, Nick? How you doing? But how do you guys feel? Is everybody on here really jumping off the Fultz wagon? Matt, I sit in 119, row 7. So I'm right behind the basket on the visitor side. I don't think there's no need to worry. I know a lot of people were giving up on this kid. And that just goes with the territory nowadays. Everybody wants instant gratification. You expect the #1 overall pick to go out there and drop 30. Not everyone's LeBron James. Not everybody's Kobe Bryant. Can Fultz be a transcendent player? Absolutely. But he's not going to affect the game instantly, especially if he's hurt. Yeah, he's 19 years old. Exactly, Matt. You really, really have to put that in consideration. I mean, the kid didn't even play varsity basketball when he was in high school, not until his last year. Give him time. I knew that shoulder was wrong when he would not take jump shots. I'm good with him, though. Yeah, so am I, Norman. Exactly. And if he can really get that jump shot flowing like he did out in Washington to go along with him driving to the cup, because I feel like his strength is being able to drive into the lane, cause pressure, have the defense suck in on him, and you're able to kick out to them guys sitting behind 3-point. kind of like Ben does. I mean, he's been masterful down there. And just make Ben the full-time point guard. I mean, look at what he's done so far. He's been aggressive. He's been able to get to the lane with no problem. And I know Fultz falls in love with that spin move a lot. I mean, it's a really, really good move. But if he's able to add a jump shot to that, and even a teardrop, the kid's going to be a special player. There's a reason we traded up to get him. He definitely was worth the #1 overall pick. Ben's a monster. Did you guys really think he would be excelled this well through his game without playing an NBA minute? I mean, I am baffled. I know he was talented, but I mean, unbelievable what Ben Simmons has put in this season. And I think it's really special that he's predominantly a left-handed player, and most of the time he's going to his right. So that just shows you how special he really is. To be able to get to the lane, no problem, going to his right rather than his left. I would like to see more jump shots out of Ben. Hopefully he can display that and shred that Houston defense tonight, because they really don't play any defense. But, you know, we will see. Who do you think will win Rookie of the Year? I think Ben Simmons is a surefire steal to win the #1 overall. To win the #1 overall pick. No, I meant to win Rookie of the Year. I think Lonzo Ball is definitely going to be in consideration, but how do you not see Ben being the front runner at this time? For what he's done. I'm just in awe still. I can't believe it, how good he's playing. I want to start trusting his J, Norman. I really will. I want to see him put it more on display. It just doesn't go in. It's not like it's an ugly, broken shot. It just, for some reason, I don't know if there's some type of spin on the ball. It doesn't go in. It looks good in pregame, and it looks good when he's in the gym by himself, but for some reason, it just doesn't go down when he's playing in the live game. And him and Embiid, it's just... I hope they do become the Showtime Lakers with Kareem and Magic. If we can get something like that, I mean, you're talking, we easily could be going to multiple championships. No, it's not an ugly form at all. That's what I'm saying. And I'm hoping when Fultz does get back, and I know it's probably just because of his shoulder injury, that he fixes what he does from the stripe. Because that thing is just, it's gaudy, man. It looks bad. That's an ugly form. But if he can get his shoulder to where it needs to be, he really has the ability to score a lot of points, especially from downtown. The kid's got a really nice stroke. I think that was a really underrated part of his game when he was out in Washington, because a lot of the times he just sucked the defense in by going in and getting fouled. You know, he needs to work on his body adjustment, but he's 19 years old. We need to just be patient. Everybody just needs to be patient. Everybody was jumping ship when they were 0-3, and look how well they played against the Pistons. Are they perfect? No. They could do a lot. They still need a lot of cleaning up to do. They're not perfect, but that's what comes with adjustments and coaching. Trust the process, Nick, exactly. We just have to trust the process. We've done it up until this point. I know it's been a while. It's been 4 years, and how much longer can we wait? Well, if we get the product that we're seeing now, then we can wait a little longer. I don't think that's much to ask. But is anybody else really nervous about Fultz sitting out? He doesn't really affect it. And, you know, like I said, it's going to take a couple games for these guys to gel. You know, saying if him and Ben can play, which I think they can, and eventually he's going to be our starting two guard. But bring him along slowly, come off the bench. Even when this shoulder injury is taken care of, just leave him off the bench like we were doing. You know, Eric called that before, so I got to give him props for that. Ben and Joel look like they have gelled, but I think they can play even better together. Exactly, Norman. Yes, it's better than a leg injury, I agree. Because that's been kind of a little pun, but it's been the Sixers' Achilles heel a little bit with injuries. They have all had leg injuries, so knock on wood. It's only his shoulder. And it's not like it's sprained or broken or anything. It's just a little muscle tendonitis. But, all right, guys, I got to get back to work. My break is over, but yeah, Fultz out next 3 games. Don't jump ship. Don't worry. Trust the process. Joel and Ben are going to carry the team. And don't forget about the homie. Sarge is going to put in work too. But they've been looking great. I hope we can carry over what we did against Detroit over to tonight's game against Houston. We're going to need it because they have a little guy called James Harden that we're going to need to shut down. Got to clean up on that defense, and he loves to lurk around the perimeter as well as get into the heart of the defense, which we've been very sloppy at. So let's see if Ben and Joel can take him down, and let's see if Brett Brown can adjust during a game. We don't know if he's still the coach. I have faith in him. But Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. You guys let me know comments, concerns in the comment section. What do you feel? Do you think Fultz was the right guy to select at number 1? Or do you think they're just using this excuse as the injury of him not really progressing? Who really knows? But I don't believe it. I definitely think it's an injury. The guy's going to be a stud a few years down the road, and you watch it. Once he gets healthy, he's going to put in the work and show some numbers. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.